And for once, I'm like cold in here. I'm sure I'll get. Oh, my abs are sore. Feel it. I got protein coffee.
Did you check your mic?
Yes. While you were over there just being like, I'm done for the day. Some of us work around here. Would you like to say anything to kick off the podcast? Episode 16.
Would I like to say anything?
Yeah. What are your feels? What are the Coach Matt Bear feels as of right now? He feels nothing.
I didn't plan an intro.
You don't have to plan anything. Do you think I plan anything? I just copy and paste the questions people ask on here. And then I plan actually I do plan 3 bullet points. There was that one episode where I didn't plan anything that was just absolute trash. Oh, you want to say something?
No, I'm just clapping my hands.
Okay.
Guys, who is Scam Likely and why do they always call
girlfriend.
me Scam Likely? Always calling me. Leave me alone.
That's some good protein coffee. Here we go, episode 16. Play that intro.
Cast. Matt and Becca. Welcome to the No Regrets podcast. Yeah.
I was very drawn out.
I guess we do have our podcast song. I just always forget that it's.
Do you want me to play it live for you here?
I kind of want to rock out to it.
Okay. Well, you can rock out
maybe
to it in your head.
Do we need a new? Do we need new intro music?
No, we don't. It's great. We just need new pictures of Blitz because those pictures are so random. There's one in the truck, and then maybe the other 2 are at the gym. I don't really know. I just picked funny pictures of him. But it's kind of cool that little jingle stuck around. You know?
It's catchy.
Someone here? Go away! We're shooting the podcast. It's not fitness time, it's podcast time. Welcome! It is me, Becca. It is that person, Matt. And Blitz is always on the floor. Here for episode 16 of the No Regrets podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. We love you guys. Just want to say that right off the top. We love you guys. We will answer some fun questions today, talk about a few things beforehand, and I don't know, whatever wants to happen will happen. Cool?
Roll with the punches.
Yeah, sure.
Ride the wave of life.
Yeah, sure. I was hoping for another one.
Soar in the wind in your face.
Okay. I want that one on a shirt, actually. Soar
like
with
a bird.
The wind on your face. I've always run across...
like buzzards and some of those birds can be flying for hours, and they use the updrafts of the air just to be floating up there.
Yeah, it's so cool.
And they can gain all this height and then
I meant to tell you, when Blitz and I were sitting out in the back the other morning, because it was nice and cool, we were editing videos. He was in and out the woods a lot. He'd come sit down and then go check when he heard some rustling in there. But then there was this bird that was making its repetitive bird call, but it was so loud. No, it was kind of like, bah! Bah! Like that. See? Blitz gets it. He remembers that. Yeah, it was so loud. And then Blitz actually went and checked it out. He was like, this is so loud, it's disturbing his squirrel hunting. And then a pretty big bird flew away back there. I don't know if I know buzzards are always around here cleaning up the roads and everything. I don't know if that one was hanging out in our tree. But yeah. Bah! was the noise. I was trying to edit, and it was bothering me. Speaking of wildlife, this morning I told you we found a scorpion. It was dead, but I had never seen a scorpion over here. I didn't even know scorpions were in the area. I know they're somewhere in Texas, but I've never seen one around Bold.
Warning, scorpions in the area.
Warning. I had never seen scorpions. It's all the signage we saw on the road to South Padre, watch out for pelicans on the bridge. And now we need a warning, there's scorpions around here. But good news, the scorpion was dead from the beginning. It was kind of already smushed on the concrete. But the 5 a.m. crew did still want to name the scorpion, even though it was smushed. So it was Squishy the scorpion. That's the craziness that happens at 5 a.m. when you're doing sled pulls and Bulgarian split squats. So that was exciting. My first scorpion sighting here at Bolt. We've also seen big snakes. You remember the Bolt snake?
Yes.
That was I didn't even actually. I didn't get to.
Snakes.
But there was like a large. The Bolt snake is like a large snake that went into the woods. But you have nothing to worry about. I know people are concerned.
In our old space, we had a Bolt rat that tried to move in. And there was like a 2-week battle to get the rat out of just him continuing to try to get in. It was like in the middle of winter.
Hey, he knows where the party is.
Yeah.
So he was smart. Don't worry, guys. Still come to Bolt. There's a good amount of wildlife, but we take care of it. You won't get attacked by
bluebirds,
blue jays and cardinals
cardinals
in the woods. Makes for some pretty sighting.
Doves.
Yeah. Roaches.
Yes.
There's too many of those.
Blitz gets the roaches.
Blitz will fight the roaches for you, though. Okay, on to other things, though. Right before we hopped on for the podcast, I got my official invite for Waterpalooza. Oh, where's our... I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Man, I like this color. Oh, that's pretty blue. I thought it was like purpley.
It's like Bolt.
Let's go. Run this back. I just got my official Waterpalooza invite. What? Blitz. No.
Oh my gosh, I got a defective kazoo.
No, you gotta blow pretty hard.
No, this one, it doesn't work.
That was so uneventful. We're going to Miami in January of 2024. Oh, 2024 sounds old.
Wait.
Blitz hates
Easy,
the kazoos.
Easy. Get it, bite it, hold, wait. No, you can have it, bite it. Get it.
Okay, give him the broken one.
It is the broken one.
Okay.
Take it. Get it.
We're trying to get Blitz to hold the kazoo in his mouth.
Hold. Wait.
Maybe put it on the side of his mouth like this.
Look at me. Hey, look at me. Get it. Wait. No, don't put it on the ground. Look at me.
Blitz, you gotta hold it in your mouth.
Look. Up here.
Blitz.
Look.
Wait.
No.
That was close. You
Here we go.
ready. You might as well just... We're going to Miami in January. Woo! Okay. But that's super exciting. That means we did really good. As far as I know, I didn't get any notification and check the leaderboard as of last night that none of my scores changed, which means all of our videos looked good. No miscounting or anything. Video review process is always stressful, so I did get views. Just so you guys know, I did get views on all, how many events do we have? 5? 5 of my videos for Waterpalooza, and they must have all gotten the thumbs up, so that's super exciting. The less exciting thing and the realness about all of this is, do you want to know how much my registration fee was? Just to compete. No travel, no food, no hotels, nothing like that, no flights. Are you ready for this? $409 to go compete.
It's a fancy competition.
It is. It's
a cool place. It costs money for them to make it happen. So, yeah.
Well,
it's part of.
I'm down for it. It's part of the sport. It's part of competing.
I appreciate Waterpalooza because they do a great job. It's a great event. It's great for the sport. I want to see them keep flourishing. I know it's kind of expensive, but
I know.
It's just the size.
You already have your kazoo.
Blitz, get down. There's just not a lot of, like, that Bayside area is I'm sure it costs a ton to rent that for the weekend.
So, no, it really is a great experience.
There's limited seating and stuff like that, so there's going to be some costs associated with it as demand gets higher, just the way that it is.
Hey, It's a great event. We've talked about it before. You should try to go out if you can. Miami's a vibe. Waterpalooza is great. You'll see lots of great athletes there. But we will be competing there, so I'm super excited. I'm hoping my family will be able to make it down there. We're trying to make plans to bring a squad down there, so that's always super fun. But we did it. Does that count as the first competition of the next season, right? Yeah. So I'm excited about it. It's going to be 2024.
You were very stressed out about it.
I mean, we talked about it last time.
Yeah.
If I'm not stressed about it, you would be more concerned if I was just like, this video looks so
It's just the way it's your personality. That's why you're good at all the things you do, because you dot all your T's and cross all your I's. That's how it goes.
That's actually true about me, I feel like. I probably do it, but do it in the most obscure way. It might be, Blitz is all not relaxing because of the kazoos are up here. But I get you. Yeah. Thank you for that comment that I actually think was pretty accurate. So Waterpalooza, good to go. Super exciting. And do you have any other notes on that? Nah, no. We good. Because I'm about to call out people right now. I have rules. It just so happens that I needed to go over rules with you guys. I just feel like there's been a cloud around my entire face and eyes and ears right now of just too much complaining. That's a true story. I exploded yesterday. I'm like, I need to get away because I feel like everyone's complaining around me and all of this. And here's the rule of complaining. And I will share this. And then if you wanted to touch any of this conversation, you can. If not, don't worry about it. I just have to get it off my chest. We're all human. Everybody has to have their moments of venting, ranting, getting things off of their chest, being upset about certain things that happen that you don't plan to happen. But here's the rule of complaining that I have. You are only allowed to complain about it if you're going to do something about it. That's my rule of complaining. And you should only complain about it you should give yourself 2 to 5 minutes of actually complaining about it, and then either go fix it or move on from it. And what I mean by that is, if you're in the gym, we'll start with just gym stuff. If you're in the gym and not seeing progress and frustrated about your progress and you're complaining about it, ask yourself, am I doing something to fix this? Am I doing something to work on this? The other point I have is injuries. If you're coming into the gym and you're saying, my knees hurt, my hips hurt, my shoulders hurt, my elbows hurt, whatever is hurting, you can complain about it only if you're going to do something about it. That means extra stretching, extra PT work, extra just paying attention to that. Take care of your movement. So there's that side of it, and there's also, I'm guilty of this, complaining about some people that are rubbing you the wrong way, or just people in life, or creeps. We had a creep conversation this morning, okay? Don't even get me started on that. Stop being creeps out there. Don't be a creep out there, okay? But if you don't like the situation that you're in, or if you need to vent, rant, my words got slurred right there. But, get what I'm saying? You're only allowed to complain about it if you're going to do something about it. That is my rant today. I just had to get that off of my chest. So now maybe I should go do something about it. This is my way of doing something about it. It's inception.
Did you just complain for 5 minutes?
I just complained about everybody complaining. Sometimes it's the middle of the week, and yesterday I literally exploded just because I get it, and I'm talking to a lot of people, and I just had to put myself in my own little corner for a second. I'm like, okay, I just need some time to reset.
There was an old Bolt theme of the week. It was, who complains the most, ... losers.
I love our themes of the week because they're so weird.
But that's true. If you find yourself, I don't know.
We're all human.
Think about, you're going to have your moments, but think about...
Oh my God! Guys! Blitz, his farts are so audible, and they sound
Fast and the fartiest.
They sound like this, and then here's the smell.
Fast and the fartiest.
But
Blitz.
going back to being human and having your
Yes.
moments.
But yeah, think of anyone. I mean, I don't know. I guess some people have heroes that aren't. Nowadays, I don't know whose people heroes are, but aspirational characters, people in life that you think are accomplishing things or successful, they probably complain less than people who are not being successful or not being where you want to be. Look at like the people not being where you want to be are the people that complain the most.
It's just like when you
Because
start
they don't do anything about it.
when you start complaining, it's just a blow up episode. That's why it happens. Everybody does it. But when that happens, like I said, you rant for your 2 to 5 minutes, but then you ask yourself, like, what can I do to fix that? Is it really something I need to put some attention on and work at it, or do something? Okay. Now I'm like, it's like Inception. I'm like complaining about complaining. So stop complaining, and I'll stop complaining about complaining. Got it? Cool. Moving on. The only other dot I had on here was that I found a scorpion this morning. That's how exciting it was. Like, Thursdays are like sometimes our flow days. People
That was
are
the
a little
first
bit...
thing you said to me was, did you know we had scorpions in the area?
I came home from swimming and I was
like, in the
we
area.
have scorpions. But that's how exciting it was this morning. Sometimes Thursdays are like our flow. Less people show up because it was still pretty bumping this morning.
It's a natural rest day for a lot of people. They do it 3 days on, 1 day off.
So we were doing some sled pulls outside and we were like, yo, it's a scorpion. But it was dead the whole time. That's why it was funny. And we still named it. Okay, moving on. Is there anything you wanted to talk about before we get into our questions today?
No, I liked all those things that we talked about. Those
Just
were
now?
good. Yeah.
Waterpalooza and complaining and scorpions?
Yes.
That's a good conversation. Okay, we got some good ones today. Thank you guys for your questions. Will you plug our like and subscribe because you did a good job of it last time?
Guys, ladies, gentlemen, friends, animals, if you're following us, her goal is 11K by the end of the year on YouTube.
Yeah, that sounds
YouTube
good.
go.
That sounds
YouTube
good.
goal. What are we doing to get there? We're getting out of our comfort zone. Here's one thing. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends about it. Your friends that are into scorpions, be like, I've got the podcast for you.
We talk
Your
about
friends
scorpions.
that complain too much, be like, maybe you should listen to this podcast. Your friends
That do fitness.
that like dogs,
That
tell 'em
fart.
that fart should share the podcast, please. And like and subscribe to YouTube. We were just talking about this the other day. I was telling Rebecca how great she is at developing content and how I want her just to like
He is very much
push
encouraging me
so
to
much
just
of her energies into that. Obviously, all her training energies into her training, but
That always comes first.
lean into that because I think it's, you guys can let us know. I think it's very unique and she does a great job and is real and entertaining and informative all at the same time. So we're going to make a push on YouTube to finish out the year. So help us out. Thank you.
Yes.
Go.
Thank you. No, thank you. That was very nice. I'm excited for these questions. There's some good ones. If you guys have some long form questions, you can email us at getthatfusenews@gmail.com. And I usually put up a little Instagram questions blurb that you can hit the day before we do our podcast, so keep an eye out for that. On to question 1. Just wanted to say that you're an inspiration to watch. Oh, you're so nice. I love the humor and the knowledge you put in your videos and podcasts.
It's like what I just said.
Wow, you guys are so nice. You're just boosting me after I just complained about complaining. I would love to get your opinion on online programming versus in-person box gyms. If online, what do you suggest for beginners? Please bear in mind that I don't have lots of money. Thank you for all that you do. This is a pretty unique question. I like it. Online versus being in person. You know what's really messed up and cool at the same time is we got to experience that firsthand through the crazy year of 2020 of when we were forced to do everything online. And that was a crazy time of adapting, learning how to do something like online programming. I actually started coaching online.
Blitz's kazoo.
Rip kazoo. I actually started coaching online a little bit and actually getting into more of my programming. During that year, we learned how to do some Zoom videos and everything, or got used to that, which like a lot of people did. But it was also a time where we gained mad respect for seeing everybody in person. Like, we already knew we liked all that before, but when you're forced to not see people, like, you really enjoy coming into the gym. So the first thing I want to say on this question is I'm a proud supporter of anything fitness, and if you can get your body moving in some form or fashion, whether it be in person or online, we got to do it. Okay, all the fitness is just moving your body is so good, and it's going to depend on like your lifestyle. Of course, with our business and what I've experienced through our business, and then how I've gotten into this big community of CrossFit, is there is so much magic to be said about doing things in person. Like, we all need that human interaction, right? Especially when it comes to something challenging like fitness. So I think that if you're able to do that, I would definitely encourage that. But if there's a situation where you're kind of looking or need to do some online stuff, or at least part of your training online, there's still great options for that. There's programs, there's online trainers. You just kind of have to have your own, maybe a little bit of equipment at home to be able to like be invested in that and be able to build on your fitness at home. I think there was one other point I had when I read through this one, but do you want to?
I guess I need a little bit more information like on your goals. If you guys ask questions, just like kind of give us maybe a direction on what your goals are, because I think a lot of it depends on that.
Yeah.
If you're trying to be a CrossFit athlete versus just I'm trying to get my health and fitness and my hour of workout in, and what works best, or I'm trying to be stronger. If you're trying to get stronger but you don't have access to equipment to get stronger at home, you're going to need to find a place. I mean, obviously you can do an online program and choose all sorts of different types of gyms, but it varies depending on if you're going to an affiliate, what kind of programming they do. Does that align with what you're doing, or are you trying to do extra work, and do they allow that, or have methods to like kind of, or ways to help you do that while you do the class programming? And then also, if you're just doing this, if it's like, hey, I'm just trying to be healthy, get fitter, be stronger. I think we talked about this the other day. We undervalue how important community and social bonds are to our health and well-being and our like longevity. And I think that is one thing that the affiliate, that a well-run CrossFit affiliate has, that is, it's not just you're going to push yourself harder so your training gets better, or you have somebody looking at you and giving you tips, or hey, maybe we should do this mobility work or this accessory work to get me to help your squat. But also you have that social interaction and encouragement that fills you, that helps you have a better life and helps you have a more healthy life. And some of us, you may have that at home, and you may, in different things that you do about your day or at your church or other things that you're involved in, and maybe you don't need that. But I think that's just something I want to throw out there is I think we were just talking about this. We need to value that more, and talk about it more, and let people like let's celebrate that. We talk about the community a lot, but man, that's part of our health and well-being, is not just coming in here, sweating, working hard, doing hard things together, encouraging each other, but the 10 to 15 minutes we spend after class hanging out with people and chatting about stuff, and
it's part of it.
and feeling that collective love.
Yeah. So I would really say, and the other thing they added on their question is say, like, I don't have a lot of money. And I get it, like, there are some things you have to budget for, and maybe figure out like a plan financially, but don't let that stop you. Don't use it as an excuse to stay active, stay healthy and everything. But it is having that skin in the game and that investment in your health and fitness is so worth it. You're going to get so much more from it physically, mentally, make new friends like in a community and everything, and that could be life-changing.
How many people in our gym have been hired into new jobs by other people in their gym or now work together, or there's so many, we've had so many of those stories. So
blows my mind. Yeah.
Not that that's why you should be doing it, but it happens it happens all the time. Yeah.
And finding good people that have similar values.
Shared values. Yeah.
Yeah. So wishing you all the luck with your health and fitness journey. If you have any more questions, feel free to message me, and we'll help you like figure out what's the best track for that. But yeah, there's lots of good options, and I mean, try not to be a little bit biased. I love our community here. So I hope you would find a great community to work out with. Next question, do you have any advice for people who don't like meal tracking?
Yes.
Go.
I don't have it memorized. Greg Glassman's Nutrition in 100 Words.
I don't have that memorized, but I know.
Eat lean fruits and vegetables, lean meats, nuts and seeds, some
little
starch, no sugar. Mm-hmm. I'm butchering this. Put it on there.
No, I think you're pretty close.
Like, I just got a message from my brother today too. He's been doing like some intermittent fasting and trying to cut out all his refined carbohydrates, and he's lost some weight and feeling good and feeling lean, and it's really simple. It's just not easy. It's not easy to make those things, but I feel like a lot of those decisions, or a lot of those things that we know we should do is simple, and we know them. And so if you don't like meal tracking, then follow that.
Yeah,
and I'm not saying that's across the board, but I say the majority of us, it's simple. It's just not easy.
When it comes to like, this question, I think a lot of people, if you're like really need like a hard cleanup, hard reset on your nutrition, you need to at least put everything that you eat on a daily basis on a log, just to see, because you'd be surprised on like what's in these foods. Like you just scan the barcode of like these foods, and it'll lay it out for you. So that always surprises people right from the beginning. But if you don't like the daily task of meal tracking, the other thing I have to say is like you're gonna have to get comfortable eating like really similar, like familiar things to help you stay on track if you're not gonna put the numbers physically like in front of you on an app or anything. So like having some go-to meals that are kind of already like in those words that we just talked about, like in the guidelines of keeping everything simple and clean, like you can live a very healthy life once you kind of educate yourself and make sure you're putting good things in your body. But the nitty-gritty, going through the numbers and everything, I mean, if you're getting serious about competing or specific goals and everything, that helps to
It is, I would say, I agree. It's worthwhile for everybody to do it for like at least once.
Just see.
Because you learn so many things. You have no idea like the amount of, wow, I'm eating 4 times the serving of peanut butter. I thought this was about a serving. Or there's this many carbs in this thing that I eat, and I had no idea. And there's just so many things like that.
Yeah. So you can do it. But I mean, just like anything, you got to educate yourself first, and then, then you can kind of go from there. But there's ways to do it. Like, I mean, I would have liked to know like what the percentage of people that actually like track their meals, because it's not a lot. It's not a lot, but there's a lot of fit, healthy people that just eat good, clean foods that are in shape, and like you can tell too. All right, next question. This is not for you. This is a lady question. So unless you have any,
can I go?
Do you want to leave the room?
Do I need to?
No, you don't. But I will answer it for you guys because lots of ladies have this question because everyone deals with it. Does your menstrual cycle affect your training, and how do you feel with that if so? Have been dealing with it, and it's so frustrating to take spontaneous rest days. Okay. So
No.
Matt
Just kidding.
has not been
Doesn't
through
bother
this.
me.
He cannot chime in on this.
No, I said
See,
no. I don't.
Actually, you can. If
I
you've
don't-
had anyone like
No,
in
I'm just
here
kidding.
open up.
I'm saying no.
like
That's
that.
I don't have that issue.
Okay. I'll take care of this one. Yes, in the past, and I mean, this is to sum all of this up, guys, ladies out there, ladies, not guys, ladies. If you took the week off that you had your cycle happening, you would lose so much time throughout the year. How many, math boy, 12 weeks out of the year, you would lose to this issue. An issue that's not going to go away anytime soon. Yes, some ladies deal with this worse than others. Like, if you're having major issues with this, you need to go see a doctor. You need to get that figured out. I know I've actually talked to a lot of women that do feel like crap on those weeks, and they're really frustrated by that. So they do have to go get checkups, go to their doctor, and figure out what is normal and what is not. But here's the thing, and I might get a little bit of pushback from a lot of people on this. I'm dead serious. If you took every week that you have your cycle out and just use that week to rest, you would literally miss 12 weeks out of the year.
3 months.
3 whole months out of the year of just wallowing in this issue, which isn't going to go away, which actually means that as providing it's not like debilitating, if it's normal, you would miss those 3 months, which actually kind of tells you that you're a healthy, functioning woman. Okay? So yes, there are some days better than others. Some days I feel drained. Some days I feel super, super crampy. I make sure I'm doing my job of hydrating, eating well, even when I don't feel like eating, and get moving. The worst things that you do whenever you're just like dealing with this, or even just sick in general, is just like sit down and not do anything and just focus on that. Get moving. If that means you come in the gym and do less weight or less intensity, that's fine, okay? But we can't miss those 3 months of that total up dealing with this. So that's my kind of thoughts on that. Yes, in the past, like I've had weeks worse than others. Nowadays, it doesn't really affect me that much because I'm like, hey, I'm going to feel really good once we get past this week. You just gotta, it goes with everything. Like, take the day for what it is. Try your best. Give it 100%, whatever that looks like, and then move on. Don't waller around in it. Like, you're going to get through to better days. Wow, this doesn't even sound like I'm talking about menstrual cycles anymore. It's just with everything. Like,
I would say
that's not going away.
Yeah.
That's what blows my mind. Don't waste time. Don't waste time.
Well, even if you're a competitive athlete and you always like take it lighter, what's going to happen when you have to compete and that's situations going on?
Fun fact.
Or that's not just competitive athlete. Something crazy in life happens and you have to be ready to respond and be like fight, work through that discomfort or whatever to perform your job or be super mom or do something.
Right.
Like there might be some emergency that you have to step up. So almost it's just like training in a different way, being resilient maybe is a way I don't know.
Yeah,
Just a thought.
you're right. And we can't play. Guys, that means you're healthy as long as you're not in severe pain. And I know some women do deal with that and have to go figure it out. Like I said, go see a doctor if it's that bad. But normal going through this, you can't waste the time like wallowing in that. Like it's normal. It tells you you're healthy, and then I don't, it drives me insane when women use that as an excuse. And I can say that because I am a woman. And fun fact, my first 2 CrossFit Games as a teenager was on that week. Most of my competitions have been on that week. Fun fact. You didn't know that because I don't share that stuff. Why does anyone need to know that? I'm not gonna put that excuse in my head. It's just an excuse. Every woman is dealing with that. Okay? Sorry. Hard truth. But if you are on the unhealthy side of it, you can go see a doctor. I don't know what. You just have to go figure that out. Hopefully that wasn't too harsh on you guys, but stop using it as an excuse. Like, no. Too much time gets wasted on that crap. And it makes me mad because it actually tells you you're healthy. You're a healthy woman. Okay, next question. This might be my favorite question ever asked on the podcast. It's hilarious because, let me just read it for you. Are you ready for this?
I don't know.
So many things wrong with this.
Do I know the person who asked?
No. We're not to Jen's segment yet. How can I buy an F-35? Let me say it again. How can I buy an F-35? We don't own an F-45, which is what you're referring to, which is a fitness franchise. We own our own individual CrossFit gym that is itself. It is affiliated, but it is itself. We're not a franchise, and it's not F-35. It's F-45.
You're wrong. That's F-45's new competitor, F-35.
Okay, I'm sorry.
They get the work done 10 minutes faster.
They give you that same fitness just in 35 minutes.
Business idea. This person's a genius.
You are a genius. I take that all back.
Start F-35.
I take that all back. Let me know when you open the first F-35. I would like to invest in it. But all kidding aside, I don't even know how you would buy one of those franchises.
I believe they're a franchise model. CrossFit is an affiliate model, much different. So I'm sure most franchise models have some sort of, I don't know.
I don't know how it works.
There's some way that you apply.
I was ready to get educated by you.
Some sort of application and, rounds of probably being interviewed and checking your finances and all that sort of stuff to see if you're allowed to buy into the franchise. So.
Yeah, that question cracked me up.
F-30.
But he gave you just the sweetest answer ever. Like, if you're an actual fan of my page, on my Instagram page where you ask this, or the podcast itself, you should know we're not an F-45. Not at all. Not at all. But if you open an F-35, please let me know. It's amazing. Okay, next question. How do you feel about the games coming to Texas? Does it make you want to go more? You should check out last week's episode titled, The Games Are Coming to Texas, because we talked all about it. But to answer your second question, does it make you want to go more? I think the picture perfect answer I would want to say to that is no, because I just wholeheartedly am dying to make it back to the games. I was actually getting butterflies and just, I really want to feel that moment again of making it to the games.
Guys, she ran fast this week. She told me multiple times about how fast she ran in her engine.
My legs are so tired
She is working
yesterday.
hard. She's working very hard.
And he was just laughing at me. I was complaining, and he was just laughing at me. And I was like, you don't even realize how fast I ran yesterday on that engine workout. Anyways, but if I'm being completely honest, I think it being in Texas does make me be like, oh, we have to be there. We just of course, I'm dying to get back there, and that's the end goal of this next year.
This is our house.
But I want to go represent Texas. This is our home. And I'm going to be there probably either way, so I better be on that damn competition floor. That's what I want. So, there you go. Next question. I love it too. It's not the F-35 question, though. I love it in a different way. New coach, and I'm an introvert, realizing this might not be for me. Any tips? I'm trying my best. Fun fact, you probably wouldn't see this from all of my videos, but Matt and I are both introverts. No, and no one ever believes me when I say that, like on podcasts and everything. This is like my creative side, and like I bring some energy.
They probably believe it about me, at least the podcast people, not people at the gym, but I got lots of comments like, you should talk more when we were at Spy Island.
Yeah.
So.
We're actually both introverts, and we always talk about it on the weekends because our Sundays, the gym is not open on Sundays. Sundays is full rest day, and we really enjoy like sit down, quiet time, or even when we just come home from any day during the week, like we really enjoy sit down, quiet time. I enjoy writing my newsletter, doing all my painting, like he listens to all of his podcasts like by himself, but we're actually introverts, and I love this, and I don't want you to think like you can't be like an introvert and be a great coach. You just got to get comfortable in your own skin. And when I talked about this one time, because I was talking about how I used to do board talks and like my voice would be like shaky because I'd be nervous to talk in front of people. And it's just like anything, the more you do it, the more confidence you build, the more knowledge you gain, and you get more comfortable as you go. Now, if it's something that's like truly, you have to get some reps under your belt to be able to tell whether you truly like it or not, and you'll know that. But if you're like, I just get nervous talking in front of people, and it's hard, like that's the biggest thing, get nervous like talking and demonstrating in front of people. Take that as a challenge. I encourage you guys, take that as a challenge, because public speaking and really getting to show yourself in front of other people, it's a really cool skill, and it gives you a lot of confidence to go about anything in life. I think coaching has given me
For sure.
a lot of confidence.
No, I would say I totally agree. Like, introvert, extrovert doesn't mean that you aren't good on camera or talking or speaking in front of a group. It just means the definition I like is I get recharged when I have my alone time and my space to myself. When I'm out in front of people, that drains me a little bit, but I still enjoy doing it. And you can develop that skill as an introvert, even though maybe it's kind of a lacking skill because it's something that does drain you, versus like an extrovert gets more energy being around people. And so sometimes that's something too we run into, of people like, oh, let's go hang out or do this thing, and we spend all our energy on people during the week. But the other thing I would say as an introvert is just because sometimes it's harder, the skills that from the outside looking in, you go, oh, I have to be able to talk and lead this group, and that can be a challenge as an introvert. But realize you have skills too that come naturally to you, and like lean on those things. As an introvert, we're usually better listeners. So we can listen to our athletes and maybe be a little bit more empathetic. Not that extroverts can't develop that skill or be that way too, but it's just like our natural tendency might be, man, I listen well. I maybe spot some things because I'm more introverted into my thoughts, or I'm thinking before I say something, where maybe you should spot some things or notice some things that somebody else might not. And so lean on those things that are your strengths, and developing rapport with people, man. That's such a big part of coaching, and developing that emotional bank account so you can really get them to change or help them be better or pull them towards their goal is like developing those little micro one-on-one conversations while you coach would be a good place to start if you're struggling like leading a big class or kind of being louder and big enough for a group, is during the workout or after or in between, like really having those touch points. I mean, everyone should be doing that, but lean on those skills that you're best at is what I'm saying. And then you get to develop those other things.
Maybe, and I can just speak from coming from my background and everything. I remember I believe it was like a solid year and a half, maybe even longer than that, where I knew it's almost hard when I'm nervous in front of people, hard to get like the energy and the momentum going. So I would always write out my plan. Like when I first started coaching, I'd write out my plan, knew exactly what I wanted to do in the warm-up, knew exactly what the points I wanted to hit at the board, and then just that preparation helped me be more confident to be able to speak all of that in front of people. And nowadays, I've been coaching for a while, it kind of just naturally comes about, but I still do that in my head. I know you do that too, and you program all the workouts. Is like before we even walk through the door, we're already planning out warm-ups, board talk, what you want to go over for each workout. And for me, that always helped me get past the dreaded board talk when I first started coaching, and really gain some confidence in like my skills, because you'll develop really cool skills as you just get more hours under your belt. But don't feel like being an introvert or you have to be an extrovert to be a great coach. I would love to know like what percentage of coaches are introverts versus extroverts, because each category, like, they have their own strengths.
Right. The one thing I would say you need to be aware of, and I've almost burnt myself out. I've talked to Rebecca about this. There's times where I'm like, wow, I'm glad we made it here, because I got close to burning myself out. As an introvert is realizing how much, especially as it's more stressful for you at the beginning, is your class load or talking to your owner or your affiliate owner, like how much you want to coach to start. Because if it is a lot of energy and you're really pouring into people, when you coach hard,
you'll die.
it is high energy when you are coaching hard and like reaching out and like touching people and like trying to help them be their best and providing energy for a group. So, that's the one thing I would say, balance, because it might be something you like and you could be really talented at, but if you bite off more than you can chew and you get burnt out, then you're going to be like, no, I can't, this is too much. I don't want to do this.
Cool. Nah, you just get those reps under your belt and then decide. Don't limit yourself though. You can do it. Quick little question. Why did you start CrossFit? Because I ended my previous sport of gymnastics and I needed a new sport to do. And my mom did it, so I started CrossFit. She showed me how to be a CrossFitter. Why did you start CrossFit?
Just for someone sent me another guy I played college football with sent me, hey, try this workout, and it murdered me, and
you liked that.
I was like, let's do this. I hadn't had that challenge since playing. I'd been done playing for a few years, and you kind of lose that desire to train when you're like, I don't have anything to train for, and I'm not training for, and so it got me back into it.
Gave you a challenge. Yep. And 10 years into it for me, I'm still not bored of it, so that's cool.
How many years for me? 16.
Wow.
It's coming up on 17 years. That's
wow.
crazy.
Wait, what?
2007.
Do you remember what month we started in?
It was like early in the year.
That's cool. All right. It is time for Coach Jin's question of the week. She gave us a good one. Sorry, Blitz. Blitz cannot relax during the podcasts anymore with the kazoos. If you had to make a house out of food, what kind of food would it be? So there's smart answers, I feel like, and then there's like what you actually want the house made out of, like delicious things.
No, you don't want to. You can't eat your house. Then you don't have anything. You don't have shelter.
That's what I'm saying. There's like a smart answer, and then there's the answer you want. First of all, if we're going off of structure, I would say like ramen noodles. I'm trying to think of something that doesn't like dissolve well.
When it rains.
Well, that's any food. Any food is gonna dissolve. And can you think of a food that's not gonna dissolve in the rain? You shouldn't put it in your body if it's not going to... Corn!
Corn. That's a great answer.
Oh, I win. That's the answer. It's corn.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to eat that like not cooked either.
I was thinking for a second like Rice Krispie treats, because they use that in cakes sometimes.
That's what I was thinking too, but that's still going to dissolve.
But I would want to be like...
Yeah.
Nibble on the... on the counter or something or on the wall.
Okay, I was thinking Rice Krispie treats, but if you're
Corn
bringing
is
weather,
new.
if you're gonna bring weather into the equation, I think it's corn.
Yeah, corn.
What
Corn
if,
on the cob.
What if it gets struck by lightning and it's just popcorn everywhere though? Okay, so that's a smart answer. But the other answer I came up with for pure deliciousness, and I think I could build like a small scale model of my house. Cosmic brownies.
Okay. It's not going to be a house for long.
Like you could build a nice house out of cosmic brownies.
Well, the thing to do.
Eat that house though.
You could have like just if you made a gigantic cosmic brownie house.
Like per wall, like
You could like eat one room at a time. How long until you were just sick of cosmic brownies and you wouldn't eat your house anymore?
I don't know. That's what scares me about some things. Like
You would wear it out to where you just wouldn't want cosmic brownies, or you'd smell it all the time.
you smell delicious. Is there another food besides Rice Krispie treats that you're thinking about? I win. I win this question with the corn.
Corn was the great answer.
Yeah. 1 point, Becca.
Corn. Uncooked beans.
How are you gonna stack the beans?
Glue them.
You're gonna glue beans. That's a horrible answer. Horrible.
A bean,
Okay.
just like a bean.
You're not invited to my corn
Just a
house.
bean igloo. We'll like stack them up, glue them, and then like dig out a little area in the middle.
Bean igloo. Okay.
Okay.
I'll invite you to my corn house when your bean igloo goes kaplooey. But your dad would probably want to come over and cook your house because he likes beans.
Yeah, that's true.
So, all right. That was our last question. Do I have a workout? I don't know. Let me think for a second.
You said you liked yesterday's.
What did I do yesterday? Oh, I can never remember. It's like, can you ever remember what you wore, like yesterday?
Yeah.
I remember what I wore actually, so that didn't help my point. We did a fun one that was, I'll put it right here again. Bloop. It was GHDs, lunges, rope climbs right in the middle of it, and then it went back to GHDs, but handstand walks instead of the lunges. We went 27, 21, 15 GHD sit-ups with 60-foot front rack walking lunges after each set. After you get through that couplet, there's 9 rope climbs right in the middle. Then you go back through the GHDs, go 15, 21, 27 with handstand walks in between. I'll put it right here, boop, so you guys can see it. That's a wrap on episode 16.
They should guess your time and win a prize.
Oh, speaking of prizes, I'll have to put this on my Instagram since I didn't say it earlier, is we're about to do a giveaway for some Polar heart rate bands. It'll be done on the podcast, so you guys will get deets soon.
Well, that's a great way, is they can guess your time on a workout like that.
I like it. Cool. All right.
All right.
That's a wrap. See you guys for next episode. Bye-bye. Peace out.